I took a break last week because 111 was literally a whirlwind. Although 11/11 technically starts on 26th of October all the way to 11th of November itself, like this entire period was just very stressful for me. This is the first 1111 that has caused so much stress for me, seriously. Like the previous 111, this 111 has literally gave me a slap in my face and made me feel that all the previous 1111s that I participated in are actually nothing. It made me feel like I wasted so much money in my previous 11/11s. Anyway, I'm so glad that 11/11 is finally over because I can finally take a breather because I really it has really been stressful. Sad to say, like you're spending money and you're feeling stressed about all your buys and like, you know, how to get the best deals. Okay, let's not talk about that. Anyway, today I'm here to share with you my recent makeup buys. These are not my 11/11 buys, okay? My 11/11 buys will come up in, I don't know, maybe the next few videos because they're still on the way to me right now. So let's jump right into it. Gracebabi Dreamworld palette. This palette, on first impression, I thought the packaging was really tacky and just not very nice, and it didn't appeal to me at all. But after buying most of my Gracebabi items, I felt that all their eyeshadows are pretty good, so I decided to buy this bag. Color combination might seem a little weird, so it is not very enticing for you to buy this palette, for me at least. It can create you everyday looks and looks that are a little bit more like, you know, not so everyday. My favorite shade out of this entire palette is this shade right here, this shimmer shade right here. It is called Lighting. It is super pretty. I mean, as always, Gracebabi's shimmer or like glittery shimmer eyeshadows, they never disappoint. They are super pretty. I think it's actually worth a buy for this one because of the price as well. It is only like 29.90 RMB, so if you can get it, go and get it. The quality of the eyeshadows are really pretty good. ZeeSea's Eye Switch in Double Note. I think this one has been famous for a really long time now, and I am the almost last one, I guess, hopping onto this bandwagon. Right now they have moved on to one that is more pink and champagne shade than this, because like this white is like outdated now. It has a silicone tip to it, so it makes it really easy and nice for application. Really nice to add sort of like a point to your whole entire eye look, and it is what I have on my under eyes today. It is very sparkly and glittery. If you like very exaggerating looks, or you know, looks that sort of like sparkle, I guess, this will definitely help you to enhance your look. Not enhance, but basically level up your entire eyeshadow look. I wonder if people actually buy lipsticks in traditional packaging anymore these days, because I don't really buy those anymore. But when I saw this, I thought I had to get it. Mary Delgar's lipstick. It is in this like pink and pretty and like wow, like it actually reflects like this pinkish purple shimmer, and it's just very neat and very sleek. Although it's not heavy feeling, but it looks very classy. This logo right here, you press it and then the lipstick will come out, and ta-da! It is what I have on my lips right now. When I bought it, I didn't know it was like a reddish orange because it didn't really look like that on the picture. But I mean, looking at it now, I realized that it's a reddish orange, but I don't really hate it. I kind of like it, in fact. I think for Mary Delgar lipsticks, they have this sort of like a sheerness to it, although it's not sheer. It is sort of like an opaque lipstick, a faux opaque lipstick, but sort of has this kind of sheerness to it. I don't really know how to explain this effect that this lipstick gives, but it's just really pretty and I just really like it, okay? I think it's very hard to actually find one eyeshadow palette with all the colors that I actually like inside. Usually there'll be like some sort of brown in the palette, if there is such a palette, which I hate. I wish there was a palette that did not have any browns inside and it was just all like colors that I like. This palette did it for me. Heartbeat Star Yarn eyeshadow in the number 802. I just call it the Daisy palette because the name is so freaking long. The Daisy Purple palette. This palette is everything. Pinks, purples, reds, and then it has this glitter pigment right here, which I am not using today. And they have this very pretty like pinkish beige kind of blush shade, which you can also use as an eyeshadow. I'm actually using it on my crease today. I actually refilmed this entire haul, and in my previous footage I actually used this eye palette to create my eye look as well, and I really like it. This shimmer shade right here is super pretty. It sort of has like a pink gold duochrome-ish kind of shift. This shimmer shade right here, it reminds me of my Kaleidos Makeup Salmon Sashimi eyeshadow palette, one of the eyeshadows from there. Sort of like a pinkish gold duochrome shift, super pretty. But as compared to the Kaleidos Makeup eyeshadow palette, this one you almost get it at a fraction of the price. This entire palette is just super pretty, super worth it. I really like this palette. All the colors are just very dreamy and very girly. Everything in this palette is what I want. I don't need any browns in a palette. I just want a palette that has like red, purples, pinks, and then the bonus is this glitter pigment, you know, like that's enough. Little Ondine mascara base. This mascara base I really like. It has lash fibers inside, which helps to lengthen your lashes. So if you have very short and sparse lashes and basically non-existent lashes like I do, you can use this and it will just make your lashes magically somehow appear. I don't really use this on my top lashes. I use it on my bottom lashes because I just put on fake eyelashes on the top lashes, but on my bottom lashes I actually do go through the trouble of, you know, putting on mascara and lash base and whatnot. It's like that very long process, which I hate. One thing about this is that when you take it out of the tube, there will be a lot of product on the brush itself. So what I recommend is taking off the excess product by doing this, or if you don't like this method, you can actually take a tissue paper and clean it off. I do not recommend using this straight out of the tube because it will just cause your lashes to clump if there's too much product on the brush. It will just make a mess and it's not pretty. I've tried it before. I don't recommend using it straight out. Please clean it. This lash base is a little bit tinted. It has sort of like a black tint to it, so it's not just all mascara fibers and base. If you want to create like a very natural and like a no makeup kind of makeup look, you can actually just use this on its own. And apparently this one also helps to hold your curls really well if you're using it on your top lashes. You can also use it on your brows to get that very bushy kind of eyebrow look. I bought this for my sister as well, and the way she uses it is that she uses it with the Kate lash base. She uses the Kate lash base first and then she uses this lash base. She says that it actually gives like this very natural and nice look if you don't want those very crazy like voluminous kind of look if you put on mascara. So if you want like a more subtle look on your lashes, you can just put a mascara base and just use this, or you can just use it by itself. If you're a guy and you use makeup, you can just use this as well. Lash curler from ZeeSea. Personally, I have not used it since I got it because I don't do anything to my top lashes like I just mentioned. I bought it because it was recommended to me by an online streamer, which I really like. My other lash curlers are just disgusting and they have to be replaced, so I bought this. Matte liquid lipsticks from Colorkey. Previously I have bought their gloss edition or like mirror finish edition in this black packaging, and their velvet edition with this silver cap, but they've released a new line of liquid lipsticks that give you a full matte finish, and it is in this, I don't know, gold cap or like bronze. Let's just call it gold cap. When I used them previously, I was like, okay, nothing much, just Colorkey again, which I am so sick of because I have so many of them. But when I used this, I was like, okay, this is actually pretty not bad. It's pretty comfortable, but it still does not have that, oh, I love it kind of feeling. It's just good to have. The one that I have on right now is R111. It is a full-on red. Now I have 0109 on my lips. I have no idea why I actually bought an orange. You know, sometimes I know that clearly I hate orange lipsticks, but somehow when I make the online purchase, I sort of like just buy the damn orange lipstick. Maybe because it was recommended, so I just bought it, you know. Maybe because like the streamer or whoever was selling it to me was like, hey, this is like a super nice color and I really recommend this color, and maybe I really trust them. That's why I ended up buying it. But every single time after I receive it at home, I put it on and I'm just like, ew, why did I even make this decision of buying an orange lipstick? But right now, looking at this, it's okay. I don't hate it, but it's not like something I would reach out for. Nah, I don't like this color. And now on my lips, it is P112. I actually really like this color. Looking at it now, I actually really like it. I have to say that, you know, this matte range of Colorkey liquid lipsticks really did kind of impress me a little bit. It's a very like gentle everyday kind of pink, but it also can pull together like a very exaggerated eye look. Here we have B113. I have to say that this one and the previous one looks similar, although there is a difference. If you look at it, I feel like this one is more pink, more of like I don't know, I can't really tell now. They just look similar. Maybe if you're deciding on both, you can just pick one between the two. The next two items, I'm actually really excited to share them with you because I felt like I have discovered gold. Not exactly gold, it's a little bit too exaggerating, but maybe discovered a small little treasure. Makeup brushes from Perfect Diary. Okay, so if you don't know, I feel that Perfect Diary's brushes suck. Their like main line of brushes, they're just like cheap and terrible. Even the brushes that they have, you know, the double head brushes that they have in their eyeshadow, Animal Discovery eyeshadow palettes, oh my god, those suck. But these, I was pleasantly surprised. In fact, I was very surprised. These brushes are actually in collaboration with a makeup artist from China called Chunnan Lao Shi, and he worked together with Perfect Diary and a little bit of Li Jiati's input. This powder brush, oh my god, I really like it. Like, it's very dense and just very thick and fluffy, and when you apply a powder, you see this thing is big. Okay, so when you apply a powder, it's just very fast, like bam 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 bam, and you're done. Other powder brushes, they are sort of like fluffy, right? Like fluffy, but this one is dense, so you can just like sort of press it into your skin. Also, the brushes are made up of synthetic hair, so that is nice. I just really like this powder brush. Like the way it applies, I really like it. Also, there is very minimal piercing when it comes into contact with your skin, because you know, some powder brushes, although they're nice, but like when you use them, it is just your face feels like 1 million hairs poking you, and that's just not nice. But this one, it is like very minimal, almost to none, and it has sort of like a very soft and very like fluffy kind of feeling, and it just feels nice. Maybe because I washed mine with hair conditioner. Usually for those brushes that I really like or really want to take care of, I will wash it with hair conditioner so that the bristles will be very soft and nice, so when I actually use it, it feels very comfortable. Let's talk about this foundation brush. I feel that this foundation brush is sort of like the scene stealer in a way, because you know, buying these two, I thought I would only like this one, because I mean, I don't really use brushes to apply my foundation because foundation brushes are just nasty. Like 99% of them, they leave streaks, like nasty streaks on your face, and I'm just like, yo, why would I use a brush when I can use like a puff or a beauty blender and it will just look pretty? If I use a brush, I have to go and deal with all the streaks again after applying my foundation, and nobody has time for that, okay? But this brush actually wowed me because like it did not leave any streaks, and I was surprised when I used it. At first I used it without any expectations. I was just yeah, it's just another foundation brush. I mean, like, what good about it can happen, right? But when I used it, I was like, wow! I finally understood why this brush was recommended, and I was just like, wow, I like you. One thing I really like about this brush is that it has a slanted angle, so it fits really nicely on your face, and it pushes like the foundation into your face really nicely and really neatly. And the best thing about it is that it doesn't leave any streaks, okay? I've used it quite a few times, and every single time I would like, hey, I know you're gonna leave some streaks, show me that like you are gonna leave some streaks, you know, that kind of challenging kind of feeling towards this brush. But every time it didn't leave any streaks, and I'm just like, okay, you're good. The way I use it is in stippling strokes or stippling motion. I don't like bah like that, because who does that? I do it like this on my face, and I press the foundation into my skin. I haven't tried like doing it like this, so I can't really tell you if it will leave streaks. Maybe it will, but if you use it like this, I can tell you that it's gonna be so pretty and just so nice. These brushes, they are bigger than I expected it to be. Like, this is my hand, look. It's almost as big as my palm or my hand. When I got it, I didn't expect that it would be this big in size, but okay, I mean, I don't hate it. It's just like an interesting fact that I found out or that I can share with you about these brushes. Gracebabi eyeshadow quad. This one is in the shade Bloody Mary. It is their red and pinkish kind of eyeshadow quad. If you watched my previous haul videos, you would know that I actually own quite a few of these, and right now I have completed collecting all 4 of these eyeshadow palettes, and I'm really proud about that. There is really a standard to the quality of their eyeshadows, and I think that is just really nice. The eyeshadows themselves are super pigmented, and I can't say this enough, but their shimmer shades, wow, every single time I use it, it's like wow. I don't know how they make them, but it's just really pretty. When I first was introduced to this brand Gracebabi, all their things didn't really call out to me because the packaging is just not my kind of aesthetic and just very like tacky because it's cheap, right? So I bought it and I tried it out, and wow, it's like a little surprise, you know. Never judge a book by its cover, you know, that's what they always say, and I think that line is super fitting for this brand. Oh, by the way, one more thing is that if you want to buy Gracebabi at a super great deal, like a flash sale deal, go and watch their live streams on Taobao. They have like flash sale selling all their eyeshadow palettes and their blushes and their contour for a really low and good price. Flower Nose is a brand that I have sort of been like spying on for the longest time ever, but I haven't really gotten down to buying it because the price is a little bit high in my standards, like a little bit high. So I have sort of like held off buying it until like one day it was on a sale. It's from their Unicorn 2.0 series. They have a Unicorn 1.0 and a 2.0. The difference between the 1.0 and the 2.0 is that for the 2.0, their packaging, this unicorn right here is in pink, whereas for 1.0, the unicorn on top here is white. One thing that I don't really like about Flower Nose is that every single eyeshadow palette that they make, there is always like 1 or 2 brown shades, and that's just not really my kind of thing. I wish there was maybe only 1 brown shade. They sort of like always add on like one very everyday color into their palettes, whatever palette they make. I used this palette to create the look that I was wearing in my Perfect Diary Glamour Select Velvet Liquid Lipstick Swatch video. So if you want to know what kind of look this palette can create, you can go check out my video. This blush is also from their Unicorn series. Oh my god, it's so exquisite. Look at it. When you open it, oh my god, this design on top of this powder, wow, it's like a freaking unicorn. The shade itself is also very nice and very subtle, although it might look a little bit dark in this pen, but it's actually a really nice shade. By the way, Flower Nose actually came out with their Angel series, and oh my god, I bought the entire line of products from that range because wow, those are just too hard to resist. A video will come up about it, so stay tuned for that. I realized that the most searched term for Perfect Diary is actually powder, their powder. I don't know why I can't relate to that because I am not a big fan of powders. I don't really use powders in my day-to-day makeup routine. Powder and me are just not friends, but because like recently we have to wear masks when we go out, so I have been using powder. I want to share this Perfect Diary's latest pressed powder with you. This pressed powder, oh my god, silky featherweight pressed powder. The packaging I really like. It's so classy and just so luxurious, should I put it this way. This powder is so freaking highly raved, at least from what I know, so I thought like I had to try it. This powder actually creates like a super pretty soft and blurring effect. I really like this powder, but the biggest pity is that it is not in my shade, so it's kind of a waste. But sometimes I still do use it, like, you know, because I'm just angry that it's not in my shade, so I just kind of want to forcefully put it on my face. I don't know if you have any of those kind of feeling before, but you know, it's like when you really like something and you know you can't use it, but you just want to use it. Maybe in the future they will come out with a lighter shade that I can use. Girlcult is one brand that I really like because every time I receive their items, it feels like it is a present sent to me by myself. Receiving it actually feels really nice because of the packaging. So this box was put inside another box, which is why this box is like, you know, so pretty without any dents. There is their logo right on top here, and when you open it, I mean, look at the inside. Even the inside is like prettily designed. And then right here, you can open it up again. Even even here is printed. They also kind of gave a lucky charm product information brochure, which is like super cute and just super nice. Ta-da! Here is the packaging of the blush. Super cute. It's in this sort of like Japanese lunchbox packaging, and it's just wow. When you look at it, you're just like, oh, I want to keep all of these waste. It's like you're literally opening a Japanese lunch box. You can fold these two things up and then you open it like that, like you're opening a lunch box. Ta-da! Same for the eyeshadow palette. It is also packaged in this kind of like Japanese lunchbox packaging. You fold these two things and then you open it and ta-da! Here I have the 4 blushes that I bought. The packaging is just super cute and super neat and just very well designed. In the middle, it has a Chibi Maruko-chan logo and it sort of has like a 3D effect to it. Let's just start with this one. This is a brown blush. It looks really dark in the pen, right? But when you wear it, it is actually very sheer and it looks nothing like this dark brown on your face. It actually is like this very light kind of brown. Purple blush, wow, right? It is actually the blush that I currently have on right now and it looks nothing like this crazy color. It is actually very sheer and very subtle orangey, darker kind of orange kind of blush. This one I have to say is my least favorite out of all 4. If I have to pick one that is my least favorite, it's not that I hate it or that I don't like it. I love it as well, but because this is an orange, like a darker kind of orange, not really my kind of thing. Finally is what I would call like the most weird blush shade from all the 4 blushes. Ta-da! I would say that it's a really weird and a really fun color. On the days when I'm feeling a little bit weird or on the days I feel a little bit quirky, I'll pull this out and I'll use it. Eyeshadow palette that I bought from the Chibi Maruko-chan collaboration. I have to say that the eyeshadow palette, not really my kind of thing, but packaging wise, super pretty as well. I think everything about the packaging from Girlcult is just stunning. I just don't really like this palette. I can't really tell you where I do not like about it as well. When I first got it, I was like, okay, well, I can try it out. But when I put it on my eyes and then I like swatched it, something just didn't really sit right for me. Colors are actually really similar when you put it on your eyes, like this one, and the browns are just nothing really special. I think it's just a very ordinary kind of palette, not really much wow factor in it for me. The quality of the shadows didn't really wow me as well. For the packaging that is like 100%, the product itself is maybe like a 45% for this palette. Lip markers from the brand Floret. I don't really hate these lipsticks and I don't really love them. I don't really feel anything for them. They move around too easily. Like when you purse your lips, they will just move. It's not exactly long lasting. Here are the swatches of the 3 colors that I bought. My favorite is this brown one right here. If you're going for that like bitten look kind of effect, like a very literally sheer and a very like a little bit of color on your lips, then I would recommend these to you. But I think at this point of time where we have to wear masks out, I wouldn't recommend these. So recently I sort of like came across this saying online. It went along the lines of like, oh, people might be just spending too much money just to feel something. That line, when I read it, it sort of like hit me because I've been spending quite a bit, in fact more than just a bit of money on Taobao. And it has already reached a point where like something inside me is like calling out to me like, hey yo, look, something is wrong. Is something wrong? Like there's sort of like a red alert flashing, and it has been consciously brought to my attention that yo, maybe I should take a step back and look at all my buys and think about whether like, why am I buying them? Why am I spending so much money? Like, what do I want to feel out of all these? Am I buying so many things just to feel something? Like, and if I am, what am I looking for? I don't know how to explain this, but reading that sentence has really like made me think about my spending on Taobao, and I feel like I should think about it. It's really hard to say because sometimes when I look at all the things that I buy and I wonder like, do I really need this? Do I really need this? And most of the time my answer is like no, because I already have all those. I guess it's something that is still a work in progress at this moment. It's like where to draw that fine line. I guess I have to work on it a little bit more, because I have been buying a lot of other things which I have not shared. Literally a lot of other things, like bags, clothes, oven. I freaking bought an oven from Taobao. I even bought this Cacao Friends light. Okay, so if you're interested to know what are some of the other things that I bought on Taobao, let me know. Maybe I'll do a video or a few videos on the things that I've bought, because makeup is really only the tip of the iceberg. Maybe for 11/11 I'll do like a literal 11/11 haul, everything that I bought, not just makeup. I don't know, let me know, man. If you have watched till here and heard all of my rant just now, thank you from the bottom of my heart, and thank you for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. Don't worry, the makeup hauls are not gonna stop, because I love makeup and I love buying makeup. Bye!